It's January 5th, 2022. I'm in that. I went for the daily exercise. I switched it up today. I went past the camera NYPD closer first, and then down to, I call it Oak Tree, but it's Oakland Lake. And then I did 8 laps. When I first began running, which I documented however long ago that was, I could barely get around the lake once. Today I did 8. Um, I ran there and then I ran back. Um, I have it now on the Fitbit, but again, it's, um, I wrote myself a note on Facebook. The watch had given me some badge where I had completed 10,000 steps. But when I went on my phone to use it, it wasn't there. So I don't know what's going on with the whatever. Um, and then with the technicality malfunction is whatever. So as I'm running around the lake on I think it was my 7th lap, just about to enter my 7th lap. There's a local. He introduced himself to me once. He referred to himself as Bob. He was down there, and I was running past him, so just decided to be myself. And I'm like, "Hello, Bob," and I kept running. And he's like, "Wait a minute." He goes, "How do you know my name?" And I was like, "It's all right if you don't know mine." I said, "I remember yours." And I said, "I got to keep going." And so I just kept running. So I crossed paths with him today. There was also a mother. I think she's a mother. I've seen her at, I think, either the park or my son's school. I don't know her name, but I've seen her face before. She went for a run around the lake. I said hello to her as well, but again, I can't address her by her name because I have no idea what it is. Um, and so that happened. So I put up on Facebook the activity, the fact that it was complete, and I was like showing up when it looks like or appears that nobody's watching. Um, Again, I'm not used to like tracking my own steps, but here we are in the most ridiculous way to explain time and space to someone who might be at a greater distance from wherever I am, as to if I have to paint a picture of what it looks like in the space I keep waking up in, where Nikki exists, but like at REM time. And then it goes back to, I was thinking about this as I was running. I'm like, all right, I get wormholes, I get the average Joe or the Degra kids in dregs. It's just a D for a dimension, a porthole window of sorts, and then REG for like regularity. I get that on the average that they may not, especially at the level for which I arrived, high school graduates, they might not understand it. Lou's a little easier to talk about. Linda doesn't talk about it at all. She didn't want to get involved, so I don't speak to her on it. Um, but I know somebody somewhere might be interested in it. Again, House of August being whatever they are. All my House of August representatives died. I'm the last one, or I'm the oldest one now in the family. I have a cosmic nursery I need to think of. Um, so it's still important. And then um, I'm just thinking of the time and space. I'm like, all right, so I'm here. things have happened here in simple life, Simple, that I have Stargate. Um, in like when I walk, it's a cosmic mother with star child relationship. Um, and it's on file with some important area. I mean, again, I don't have words or names or letters or kind of sort of, but not really, because it doesn't exist in this simple life in on this island. Um, so how to explain to the person that when I arrive, he knows who he is. He knows how important he is, and he knows how much I love him. And then to keep waking up here in this situation in simple life and in like it looks like everything went wrong. Not a way that I wanted to live, not the way that I wanted to whatever, but I don't know what else is in the middle. What I will say is touching my face after the run. I don't know if it's part of the diaphoresis process of um, I hate the word excretion, but the sweating. Um, there it feels on my skin like small pieces of sand, like granular. I don't know if it is part of the problem of this excess weight I'm holding onto and the composition of what it is. Like I don't know. It's not. It's there's texture to the sweat after you touch from wherever I just was. And I wasn't I well it is it's off of the Cross Island, but there's a buffer zone. I mean not much of a buffer zone. Um but also today breathing through my mouth there was this white chalky substance as well. I'm further from the causeway, I suppose you could call it, or they call it a greenway NYC. But I still had the white stuff. Um, and then, so salt water again. It's Bayside, but it's off the water. I don't know if it's salt or if that's, but it's. I mean, in diaphragm process, it's technically supposed to be a salt, but it's just it's not. It doesn't always happen this way, and I'm having trouble with the amount of perspiration at ratio of what's being able to pass through the system. I don't know if it's some kind of toxin that's like a perp. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, Cold War. What else? Cold War. They have common cold. I was like, that's like germ. That goes down the German war, like germ warfare. And then biological weaponry. And of course, I'm going through, and then the chemicals coming out of the tailpipes of all of these vehicles. And I'm just like, and I don't know chemical compositions of anything. I don't have access to reports or any of that stuff. Again, withholding. They've withheld any ability for me to even know who holds these keys and what I need to know in order to properly detoxify. Or, I mean, I can't even, like, moving far from the source is difficult of these things. I mean, trying to stay healthy or as healthy as possible and exercise even under these conditions. But I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. Um, but I'm serving however I serve in purpose in this useless but spelled differently. I hate to say the word because then it becomes something that angers in the mind of whatever this awkward awakeness. It's really what it feels like is awkward awake time. But I'm not always awake, or I haven't been up till now. Um, so that was it. So it appears nobody's watching, although Bob was there and a mother from the local school. But I ran 8 laps. And then I ran there and I ran back. So it's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, Moon 361.